Hello, stamping friends. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, which I usually say sunny San Diego, but actually we are a little overcast today. We've had some rain this week, and we're actually expecting a bunch more rain tonight, tomorrow, even the next day. That's like almost unheard of for us, that 3 whole days of rain. I know that doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but it is for us. So I'm just trying to see if we are going live. Good. Anyway, so we are going to make a holiday card today that you can use just as a card, but it'll also hold a gift card or money or things like that. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Let me see what's new with Stampin' Up. Hi, Doris. Thanks for checking on. Thanks for finding me a couple hours late. Anyway, what's up with Stampin' Up? Same stuff, basically. I'm actually going to be going to Anaheim next weekend. No, this weekend, this upcoming weekend. And I will be actually able to take home a catalog for the new mini catalog. And so, and be able to order a few things from it. So hopefully I will be able to show you some new stuff next time. I'm not sure if I will or not, but that would be exciting. And going with my upline, Peggy Noe, so we should have a really good time. And the reason I was a little bit late today is because I was shopping for flooring and things, because we're going to be totally ripping out our kitchen. So that's exciting, but it's always amazing to me how much time that takes to go do all those things. But you know, I like having new stuff too, so that's a good thing. So let's put you down and get going here. All right. Hopefully that'll work. I think I'm going to turn off this light. Is kind of glary, so that's probably better. Anyway, I don't know if I'm stuck or what. It looks like on mine I'm kind of stuck, so I'm hoping on yours it's not stuck. Anyway, so here, the set we're going to be using, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. The set we're going to be using is actually not even a set at all. I'm going to be using this, what's it called now? Mini pocket envelope dies. You can see here this big one makes a little pocket. Oh, great. And so that's what we're going to be using, that you can use as to put a gift card, etc. in. And then using the Brightest Glow. If you guys don't have this set, I'm actually getting, oh, that was the other thing I forgot to tell you about, getting ready for my holiday card buffet here in San Diego. And I've been using these, are just wonderful sentiments to put on your holiday cards. So if you don't have it, please get it. It's from the Lights Aglow suite, and it just has a bunch of just fabulous settings and stuff on it. So this is the card that we are going to be making. You can see the little envelope die made into this little mini envelope, and see how you can fit, barely, but you can, my little Target gift card fits in there really well. And so this could be money that you put in there. I'm going to take this out so I don't forget that it's there, or anything that you want. So let's be making that. And then, oh gosh, I hope I can remember to talk a little bit as I'm going here about my my cool class that's coming up. So I'm actually going to make a slightly different one, just so that we don't get bored here. But it's going to be basically the same kind of setup as this one. So first we have our 5 by 8.5 inch piece of thick basic white, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I know a lot of people don't, because the thick basic white is a little bit more expensive than the regular one, but I just think it feels more like a professional card using this thick one. And then I'm just going to put this to the side here. I'm going to be using also some of the Sweetest Christmas DSP. Now this, you can see actually a lot of the different things. This is the DSP that goes with the candy cane set. And basically I just thought it was adorable DSP. And so the first thing we have is a piece of the DSP that's cut 4 by 5 1/4, and that's just our typical size that you would put on here like that, right? And what I'm going to do is cut it on the diagonal. So I'm going to go from one point to one point like that. Okay, can you see the points are in the little groove in my cutter? And so now we've got 2 triangles for 2 separate cards. Did you see this here too? This is just a 1/4 inch of, I don't even remember if it's Tahitian Tide or some old paper. And I stuck it on with glue dots under the numbers. See how much easier it is to read? You see that? Read the numbers there. I don't remember who had that in one of their you know, demonstrations, and I just thought this is fabulous. So what you could do now, I want to show you something with these though, because if you like this and you want to switch it, you can't just switch it like that. You have to have 2 cut the exact same way, one for one, one for the other. But what we have instead is I actually cut a piece of the red, what's this called, festive foils. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I got to keep this cut correctly because there's nothing on the back of those. So we're going to have those 2, and then we can use these 2 for another card. And our alternative, hey Teresa, we got 2 of you watching now. Alternative is we could also use the other side of this. So I'm going to keep these both here so that we can decide. And I'm not going to glue them down yet until I bring in, so this is a piece of that paper, whoops, cut with that die set that I was just showing you. I probably can't see on either side because they're so busy, but it actually not only cuts it, but it scores it along all these places that you're going to score, that you're going to fold. So that's pretty nifty too. So we could make this like this. We could make it like this. I don't like that. So if we make it like that. Or we can bring back in the other one and make it like this. Whoops, like this. Or like this. Anybody have any ideas? What do you guys like? Do you like the background being the candy cane? Or, hi Liza, the background being the candy cane or the background being the stripes? Or we could even, might be easier if we put this one on the top. That's probably better too. So that then this shows up more. Oh, that looks better. Okay, I'm getting there. Or we put this on the bottom and make it this way. All right, that was 1 and 2. Which one do you guys like better on the bottom? The candy cane or the stripes? I think I kind of like this one. So if I don't hear from anybody, hey Betty, I think I'm going to go for that one. I think it shows off the little candy canes better as opposed to just covering them up. All right, so let's make this up. So I folded it in half already, and remember I said there are score lines on here. You can't see them, but you can certainly feel them. when you rub your hands along here. And so you just fold up the score lines on both sides, okay? And then you could put glue or whatever. I wanted to use tear and tape. I like tear and tape for things like this. And you want to try to get it as close to the edge as possible so that you don't take up space where your card's gonna go. And in fact, I may kind of smush it back a little bit. So again, I'm trying to get it as close to the edge as I can. You know, obviously the tear and tape doesn't squish out like glue does, but it's very, very strong. You could also put some glue dots along here, so I don't know if you can see that, how it's folding over the edge, because it's just a little bit too big. I'm going to fold it back. I did not do this before, and it was when I first put the card in there, the gift card, it seemed like things were sticking. And then the other, you know, you could use your take a pick tool to kind of pick this off. This one came off pretty easy. One hint on using the tear and tape to make it easier for you when you go to pull this part off is really get it on here solid. And then for some reason, that makes it easier to pull that little thing off. And again, it has this little part that seems to be hanging over, and I'm just gonna fold that back a little bit so it doesn't stick where I don't want it to stick. So now I'm actually gonna turn it over and do this so I can make sure that the background stuff is not showing. Same over here. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's stick this down. Remember I said it wasn't going to be exactly like the other one? Hey Liza, you're local. Are you able to come to the card making class, holiday card buffet on the 19th? So let's talk about that. So I've got my holiday card buffet on November 19th. You get, if you come, you get to make 8 cards for $30, and you get to choose which cards. Already I have, I believe it's like 17 different ones. I think I'm going to move that, put that over there on this one. And you get to choose. You can make 8 of all the same. You want to stay and make more, that works for me too. But it's really fun. This type of card, whoops, that's the shiny side. The other one is going to be there more like the one I showed you before. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, now the other thing that's on here is this cute little bow. So if you decide you love this little thing, all these little gadgets come with it, like to make a little tag. These two together make a bow. This one you can put in and make a hole, you know, well actually no, one of these makes a hole. I think this one makes a hole. And then this one, once you cut it out, you can, you know, you put your paper in here, flap it over, so it basically just reinforces the hole so you could hang it from something. So it's really cute, all the little things that come with it. And what I did with these two pieces is I cut some of the glimmer paper. And this is another one of those sleeper things that I'm betting that you guys didn't see in the mini catalog. It's got red and white glimmer paper, and it's hard to see the white glimmer, but it does. So this is the way you make this little bow, is you fold up these two little edges. Okay. I mean, I suppose you could make it go out a little bit so it's a little more 3D, but I figure it's going to get a little smushed anyway. And we're going to use a whole bunch of glue dots on this project. So here's our first one. So one goes down here and glues that down. Number two, that's the other reason glue dots work really well with glimmer paper. It's hard to glue glimmer paper. All right, so that's the back of that. Then what you're going to do, because you want this to be, you know, showing like that with the glimmery part of your ribbon, is you figure out where you want that. Fold it over like this. And we're going to pull it up like that. Fold it over like that. Is that going to work? Yeah. So this little part isn't going to glimmer, but everything else will be glimmery. So again, remember I said lots of glue dots. So you're going to put one on here. Start it in the back. I just don't want this to fall apart. Another glue dot in the front. Right there. And fold that down. And then one more. So this is really going to stay where you want it to stay. And the good thing about the glue dots is they don't add too much dimension. Okay, and then one more glue dot on the back. Glue dots get hard to see. And we're going to glue that right there. And then, because we need just a little bit of bling on everything, I've got they call them red and green adhesive back pearls. The red's stuck up under here like that. So red, I think this is a soft succulent silver and gold. This is, I think, the second or third of one of these that I've actually used. So you can tell that I really like these. And we're just going to put like 1, 2, 3 in a little row like that along the bottom. And then we're gonna get a little, I guess I probably should have done this earlier. Hint number 1, if you have a one-step card where you're not putting something on the inside like that, you do want to actually usually stamp first, and that way, let's say you don't like the way you stamp it, then you just turn it like this and make that your front that you're going to cover up. So now the pressure is on to get me to stamp the inside sentiment well. So I'm using Garden Green, and I'm using one of the stamps from the, what's it called again? Brightest Glow stamp set. Maybe ink a little bit more. There we go. Only a little crooked, but otherwise came out good. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you have a preference of which of these two, the one that I made earlier and the one we made today, you like best? I mean, it's kind of using the same kind of stamp sets and such. Hey Becky, yeah, you know, I thought about that. I could use some Wink Estella. I happen to have some sitting right here. So let's see if that works and makes it a little bit more. It does add. You're right, I had thought of that but hadn't done it. I like that idea. It does make it match a little bit. And I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it does almost get the same amount of glimmer. There we go. Thank you, Doris. I like this layout too. And the other thing about these little triangle cards, if you want to, you could cut your triangles, not completely corner to corner, but you could cut it, more like that. And, you end up getting 2 cards out of each one so that, you can use whatever you want. Where's the top of this one? I have too many things on my desk. So you just notice, though, that your other card is going to be, a little bit like basically the opposite. The red's going to be on the bottom instead of the top. But it's a cute layout. Oh, let's get my card in this one. See if, yeah, that was better. That little hint I gave you about folding under the tear and tape, that definitely makes it easier to get this card inside and out. This one is a little stickier, and I've actually been working on it to just kind of basically push it aside, but this works way better. So here we go, time to go to Target. Anyway, so I'm gonna put you back up. If you're not local and you like my cards and you want to get a PDF of everything with directions for, I think it's like somewhere around 17 cards now from my class, I will be selling that after November 19th. I'm not going to sell it before. Just email me. My email is stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com. It's on the top here. Also go to my blog, stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. It'll have all the written directions for these cards and a little link that you can go to my store. There's also a little link up top if you want to buy any of these products from me, and I would really appreciate that. The other thing is I do post this to YouTube, Stamp with Dr. Robin, coincidentally. I would love it if you would go to my YouTube channel and like that if you haven't already. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will be back this time on time, 1 o'clock, next Monday, Pacific time. So take care, everybody. Bye.